is as real as it gets.
This is Nash Gruner, the son of Olivia Gruner, and you are listening to the UCW radio show, In Your Face.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio.
In Your Face.
Give it to me, baby.
All right, welcome back to the UCW radio show, and as always, we have a great guest lined up for this show. But before we bring her on the show, let me let you know she's a recording artist, she's an actress, she has a lot of stuff going on, and you're really going to enjoy this show. But I just wanted to let you guys know, for those body conscious, fitness freaks out there, if you're looking for healthy cooking, I want you to check out celebrity chef Gavin Murphy's website. That's thehealthyirishman.com. And you probably caught him on Bar Rescue or had some of his healthy eats at some posh party in LA. But he's the real deal. If you're looking for healthy cooking, he's the guy you want to check out. And he's been in Muscle and Fitness and all these types of magazines. He's a big to-do. And also, make sure to check out Super Rich on CNBC. And this is a show where, you get a behind-the-scenes look into the lives of the uber-duper, spoober, super-duper wealthy. It's a wild ride, and, it may inspire you to want a little more out of your life, but it'll cost you, no doubt about it. But check them out, Super Rich, on CNBC, the Super Rich team. They've done an amazing job. And also, take the time to show your support for a true warrior, a true Wonder Woman, and Lynn Tilton. She's a good friend, and she's the epitome of the American dream. She built an empire from nothing, created over close to 700,000 jobs and counting since inception. And what she's done, she has kept Americans working. She kept manufacturing in the United States. And not too many companies are doing that. They're sending stuff out. She's actually making sure that she's protecting families and protecting jobs. And she's going through a lot of things. But what you want to do is find out more about her and what she's doing and what's going on with her, and go to sheforall.com, check her out, and trust me, you will get inspired. And with that said, if you want to listen to, and I know you do, listen to any of the shows that we have on the UCW radio show, you want to check out profiles of the guests that we have on, go to ucwmagazine.com. You can check it out and see who we have on, and read more about them, and watch their, listen to the show and watch whatever's on there, and check out the pictures and so on and so forth. And with that said, without further ado, please join me in welcoming recording artist and actress Stephanie Gerard to the show. Stephanie, welcome to the UCW radio show. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Lou. I'm so excited to be here talking to you.
Oh, I'm excited too. You don't understand. I'm jumping up and down in my seat right now.
Perfect. Then that's make two of us freaking out.
There you go. I know a little bit about you and your background. That's why I wanted you on the show, because I think that the story of your journey is going to inspire some people. But if you can do me a favor and do our listeners a favor, if you can give them an idea of who you are, so that they can kind of know you a little better, so you can increase your fan base.
Of course. You already introduced me, so yes, my name is Stephanie Gerard. I am half French, half Mexican, singer and actress.
Yeah, but you got to say it in French. You got to do it the right way, because I can't do it. We talked about this off air. The most you're going to get French-wise out of me is ooh la la, and that's about it.
Perfect. I'll take your ooh la la. Thank you.
There you go.
And, the correct name, of course, is Stephanie Gerard. But here in America, no one can pronounce it properly because of the accent, so I'm good with Stephanie Gerard. It's probably the American way to say it.
Okay.
Which is perfect. So yeah, I'm half French, half Mexican. I was raised in Canada, but the British side. So I'm like a mix of everything. I've lived in a lot of places, and singing, acting. It's a part of my life. It's everything that I've always done and loved, and it's been a hard journey, definitely. I started when I wasn't that young in Televisa in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I studied acting for 3 years, and then I started doing soap operas and theater and commercials, and I did pretty good. I recorded 9 albums in Mexico. I toured around Latin America, and it hasn't been easy. I didn't have a record label, and all the albums were independent.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll go into that a little later on in the interview, because it is possible. I'm definitely a proof that if you want something, you can fight for it, and it is possible. You just have to be patient, and if this is your dream and you go for it, it is possible. So 2 years ago, I decided to move to LA because in Mexico everything you do is still local. So if you wanna cross over, you definitely have to be in LA. What better place than Hollywood?
Before you move to LA, I want to take a step back, because I want to kind of break this up piece by piece. Okay, I want to go back to the French-Mexican thing. Okay, so now you're part French, part Mexican. Is your mom French, or is she Mexican, or?
My mom is Mexican. She's from Monterrey, Mexico. She's from the northern part of Mexico, and my dad is French. He's from Cannes.
Okay.
For the famous Cannes Festival. He's from there.
All right.
And they met in Mexico City, because my grandfather he had car dealerships in Mexico, and he brought his family when they were very young to Mexico, and they started a business there and everything. So they met there, and when I was born, I was 6 months old, and they decided to move to Canada because my dad wanted to open a dealership, but snowmobiles. So we moved to Canada, to Kamloops, and I lived there for 7 years. Then I went back to Mexico, and I lived there for another couple of years. I studied in France for a year, and I actually have a master's in languages. I speak 5 languages. I studied in Switzerland, and then, but always, that career that I studied was always just mixing the time with my singing and my acting, because that's always been there, and I've always wanted to just never leave the stage, All
right. Well, now let me ask you a question. Now, again, you were traveling from Mexico, Canada, France, Switzerland, this, that. You're all over the place. But when did you start acting, and who was your big influence? Who actually inspired you to get on to move forward with a career in film, movies, music?
Well, actually, I was the acting part. I was the typical girl that put up plays with all my cousins or my dogs or whatever, and I sat down all the members of the family and acted for them and sang for them and danced for them. I was that girl. I was definitely that girl.
Okay.
I was raised only with all my school and stuff, but I was always studying acting. I started acting professionally when I decided to take this acting course. It's dramatic art. It's 3 years of school, and
was that in Mexico
study everything.
Or Canada?
Theater, yes, in Mexico, in Televisa school. It's called CEA, and it's 3 years, and you study psychology, and you go through every single one of the Stanislavski books, and you go and you study method, and it's a really amazing school if you know how to use it in your advantage. So that's when I started actually thinking about doing it professionally and not just a part hobby where I was just doing some theater and stuff like that. I think that Ellen Burstyn was I've always loved and admired her so much. And I remember that I was reading about her and the Actors Studio, and I was a fan of Lee Strasberg. And when I was reading all that, I I just knew that I couldn't be a part of that career. So I decided to go in and prepare myself, because I believe that even if you have it, because there are people that already have it, even if you have that factor to act, you definitely want to study. You know, you definitely want to nurture it and make it grow, because having it doesn't always it's not always enough. You know, so it is.
You weren't relying just on your talent. You were willing to put the work in.
Exactly. Yeah, you need the discipline, and like you say, even there's some very talented people, but you know, if you don't study and you don't put that work in, you know, sometimes it's not enough. So you have to definitely work for it and just reach out for it and grab it, and then, you know, just squeeze it.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided I wanted to study like acting, and you know, just start doing it professionally, not just as a hobby. I was 15 years old, so you can say I was older than other girls, you know, when usually they started 6, 7, 8 years old when they start doing movies and stuff like that, and you're like, oh my God, you know, there's this girl, and, you know, like Drew Barrymore and all those amazing actors that they are literally probably born in front of the camera, you know. So I started late, and I did many soap operas in Mexico, and it was fun. And the singing part, I was raised listening to the Beatles. I absolutely love the Beatles. They're my inspiration, especially Paul McCartney.
Okay.
He's my husband. He doesn't know it yet, but
nice.
He is my husband.
Does your mother know this? Does your mother know this?
Yes, she does, and she approved. So.
Oh, okay.
And it's all my dad's fault. I mean, he approves too, because he's the one that introduced me to the Beatles, so he can't blame me, right?
Yeah, okay, there you go. As long as Papa, you know, approves, even though he's old enough to be your grandfather, you know, I don't know. You know, but
yes, that is.
But you could dream a little dream. Why not, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's I absolutely adore Paul. He's an amazing singer, songwriter, musician, everything, you know, and he's lived through so many eras. He's lived from the time where they played at the, you know, Hollywood Bowl, and they couldn't even listen to themselves because of the fans screaming. And now you go to one of his shows, and he's got like all this whatever LED screens here and there, and the audio systems are so amazing. And I think that's great that he has an amazing life. He's experienced every single era in music wise, and he's met so many, you know, great people, and himself, he's just a legend. So when I one of the albums that I did, I started, of course, writing my own music. I play piano, guitar. I'm studying now upright bass, which is really, really cool. I am actually falling in love with that instrument.
Okay.
And I recorded some of my songs, and then I had the blessing of meeting someone that supported my music, and with my parents' support, they produced my first album. And from there on, we started working together, and he was a friend of mine. He was very supportive, and he helped me with putting my music out there in some of his stores, and it was really fun because for me, I had no label, and I was like, how is this going to be possible? I mean, I took care of the art, the pictures, the font used in this, and every single thing, the paper that covers the CD, and the barcode, and all these things that I had no idea existed and were so important, you know, as a part of the process that you learn. And the latest album that I recorded is a tribute to the Beatles. So this is an actually amazing story, and I'm so proud of it because I think it's one of the greatest accomplishments in my career, which was when I recorded the album, you have to they tell you that you have to like just not produce, but maybe like a demo of every song that you want to play in the album. So you send it to the publisher, which is it has to go through several filters. That's Mexico, because I was in Mexico. Then it goes to New York, and then to London. It's Sony ATV. That's the publisher of Paul McCartney's music and John Lennon. And I was like, you know what? I let's just do the album. I mean, if he's gonna listen to this and they have to approve, let's just bring it on. Okay. We have nothing to lose, and if they don't approve, well, I mean, I have an awesome CD as a memory.
So you took a risk.
I took a risk.
Because as anyone that knows music, it costs money to produce, because studio time, everything else. So
everything. It was definitely a huge risk. I was like, oh my God, if they don't approve, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you have to answer to your mama, because she was probably sweating like, oh my God, what is she doing? What is she doing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. I had my parents sweating, and also my friend, because he was executive producer, and we were like, well, I mean, let's do this. So we did the complete album, and we sent it to Sony ATV publisher in Mexico, and then they approved. They sent it to the next filter, which was in New York, and then after that it went to London. And 3 weeks after, I thought it was going to take like 6 months, but it didn't. 3 weeks later, we received an email with a congratulations letter from Paul McCartney, saying that the arrangements and voice were amazing, that he loved it, and that he obviously approved, and we got the from the publisher and everything. I was just like really freaking out. I was so happy. I was stoked to just be able to. The fact that he actually listened to my music. I haven't met him. I know I will soon. But the fact that he just listened to the music and liked it, and then send me all this, I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And the album came out, and it did very very good in Mexico. It was top 5 best-selling record, and it's still in stores. The 9 albums that I have, they're still selling in Mexico and some parts of Latin America. And it's really cool, because when I was a little girl, I listened to their music, and I never thought that I would actually be able to record an album and that Paul would listen to it.
See, if you believe in yourself and you believe that you can do something, you never know where a situation is going to take you. So you taking that. See, first of all, you putting the work in. Even though you have talent, you putting the work in is important. That's the most important thing, because you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. Second, believing in yourself is as important, and then taking that risk. You roll some dice, boy. You must love going to Vegas. Woo!
Oh my God! Actually, I do love Vegas, but I don't gamble.
Okay. Well, I think you gambled enough. But
yeah, you know what happens is that, of course, I believe in luck, yes, but I also believe in talent and in hard work. So it was definitely we would definitely roll the dice there in the album, but I knew it was a good material. When I was listening to every arrangement and the vocals and everything that I was doing, I was like, this is good. And what, you definitely know when it's a good product and when it's not. And sometimes it's hard, for people to admit it. And for me, I started actually producing some songs for other artists. And when I listen to some of their songs or voice, it's not that you're mean, but you have to be realistic, and you're like, okay, so this is what's happening here, and this is not working here. And I'm very, critical of myself too. So I was like, okay, this song is definitely not working out, and you have to respect all the lyrics and everything. And I recorded And I Love Her a cappella with more than 13 channels of in Pro Tools, and it was a challenge, but you can't change the lyrics. And I was like, I love this song, and I Love Her. And then in Mexico they were like, but why did you let the her and you should have put him and this? And I was like, no, the song is like that and you have to respect it because that's the way it was written. And that's the beauty of creating, and the Beatles songs are masterpieces. So there's absolutely no way of going wrong. And we just, made them more pop, and of course they're more feminine. And but I was definitely blessed with people around me that believed in me too, and helped me, get everything going.
So you went from being behind the mic, actually singing, to actually you went out and you started producing for other artists. So are you looking to take things over? Is that what's happening here? Are you looking to be the big boss? What are you doing?
You know what? It's I love producing. I loved writing for other artists.
You love creating. You love creating. That's what it
yes,
is.
Yes, I love creating. Yeah. But definitely, I know what I do best, and that is definitely with the microphone on my hand and on stage. I can definitely do it, and it's good to just know how to do a little of everything. I think that's amazing too. And I produced a couple of albums for some artists in Mexico and some songs for others, and that's fun. That's fun, but that's definitely not for me. It's the same as the instruments. I can play, but if you put me on stage and you tell me, okay, so you're going to be playing and singing and doing this and that, and then I'd rather just sing. I'd rather have an amazing musician there by my side, and if I'm going to play
do what you do best.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly. Just be honest about what you can do, and not because I want to. Oh, you know what? I'm going to show off and show them that I can play this and that. I mean, I can do it, and I've done it. But definitely, I know my place, and it's like when I studied languages, and I started getting a lot of work as translator, and it's fun. I love it, and it's amazing that I'm able to understand other languages and communicate.
What languages do you speak? Because I didn't ask you. I know French and Spanish and English, but what else do you have going on?
The other two are Italian and German.
Okay.
And
I can just imagine an argument in your house. Oh my God! I mean, does everyone? I mean, you're probably the only one that understands everybody.
Yeah, I am.
You see your father getting angry and getting all uptight in French, and your mother getting uptight in Spanish, and you're sitting there. They don't understand each other, but you understand them. So that's funny.
Yep. Definitely.
Oh my, that's funny.
No, but it's but it's like the languages. I'm like, I'm good at it. I know, but I am not the best. There are definitely other people that they study for years and they dedicate their life to that. And I appreciate and I respect everyone's work so much. I know there is a place for every single person, and I have to be honest and realistic to what I am and what I do and what I am best at. And and it happens in every single area of my life, because I can horseback ride, and I can swim, and I can cook, but I'm not a chef, and I'm not going to compete in horseback riding. It's just knowing what you do best and dedicating full to it, and
all that I see here, Stephanie, all that I see here is that you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. You're not afraid to learn. You have a yearning, and you appreciate life. So you doing all these things is because you appreciate everything around you, so you want to learn more about it. That's like when you ever see a little kid, they don't know anything in the world, but they see something that to you maybe you see it all the time, it means nothing. They look at it as like, oh my God, you are the oh my God kid, because you want to learn everything. But that's a good quality. Never lose that. That's a good quality. Don't lose that.
Thank you. I really appreciate this, Lou. Yeah, thank you. I do. I love life. I really don't expect, things, which is good because in that way you never get disappointed. You have to fight for the things that you want, but never be like, oh my God, this is a miracle's going to happen and I'm going to stay here on my couch and wait for it to happen. No. If I want something, I'm going to go out and look for it and then see if it's something that's actually viable to happen or not. If it's not, then, you take another way and you look for something different, but always with that objective in mind, So I love life. I enjoy my journey. Every single day I wake up and I do thank God because I'm complete and I am happy and I live where I want to live and I have my beautiful parents that support me and I'm truly blessed. I have 2 beautiful dogs that I love to death and I dedicate myself to my acting and my singing, which is what I believe I was made to do here in this world. Yeah. So I'm definitely happy, and I enjoy every single day and the journey of it. And like you said, I really don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love it. I started, practicing yoga, and I actually take circus classes because I love the aerial silks and the trapeze, and I was like, I want to learn that. And just, getting myself outside and putting myself into uncomfortable situations where I wouldn't normally be, and I'm like, I don't care. I can handle this, and I'll do it, and it's fun always to learn something new. That's why I'm studying the upright bass and everything. It's always fun, to be able to I know that I'm going to die and I'm not going to be able to do everything that I want to do, but at least I'm going to try.
Well, you know what? That's a great attitude to have, and I wish more people had that attitude. And you made mention of people sitting on the couch waiting for stuff to happen, and a lot of people do that. They're sitting at the airport waiting for their ship to come in. They expect, they live by hope, and I say this all the time. I don't live by hope. I live by faith because I believe in myself, and I believe that you have to actually fight for what you want. It's not just going to come to you. So I like that you said that because that is how everyone should be, but not everyone's like that.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of things that I have learned this past couple of years, and that is, you have to definitely work for everything that you want and not wait for someone to come out and hand it to you, because that doesn't happen. But I do believe in my work, and I know that, if I have an opportunity to demonstrate that here or there, then they're going to know who I am, and then they're going to, I'm going to be able to have that chance that I've been looking for. But that's the thing, right? So if I wait and I'm like, oh, come on, just a big agent, can you please come discover me? I know that's not going to happen, but I can definitely make all the connections I can and expose myself and work here and there and everywhere.
No, you get exposure. You don't expose yourself. You get exposure. Let's correct that.
Yes, correct. You get exposure. Yep, you get exposure. Yeah. Well, you actually get exposed to when you have like all, especially when you when you work with all the feelings and everything, you do get exposed, and it's not good because you get hurt a lot. It's bad.
Yeah. And the thing is that even if a big agent came to you and handed you everything on a silver platter, and you had the career that you wanted, you wouldn't be happy. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you didn't experience the journey, and everything with you is about the journey.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the story. Yeah, that's the story. The end result is the end result. The story is how you got there.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? Like, it's funny because you think that, oh, you know what, when I get this, I'm going to be happy, and when I get that, and people start getting the things that they've been looking for, and then they're still not happy, and it's like, why are you not happy if you have everything that you desire? It's because they haven't worked for it, and because they really didn't have to, struggle, and I'm not saying that struggle is good, because it's not. It's painful, and it's hard, and it makes you cry, and you want things, and then they don't happen, and something's not flowing, and you have to, you have to keep up the faith and not, put yourself in a depressing mode because someone told you that, that you're not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
But that struggle definitely makes you hungry. It makes you hungry to, because you're like, you know what, I am going to make it happen because I believe in my work. I believe in my discipline. I believe in my talent because I've studied. I'm prepared. I know that I can do this. I studied once. I was studying art, and I discovered that just painting and sculpting and all this beautiful arts are not for me. I suck so bad. So you learn what you can do and what you can do, right, and then work with what you can't, right?
That's true. That's true. And I tell you this much, you talked about the struggle, and people, some people, they get lucky and they have everything handed to them, but I wouldn't switch places with them. The reason being is that the struggle, the journey, that's what builds your character. Some people become successful, but their character lags and it never catches up. So that's when they start hitting a brick wall, and they're never really happy because really you didn't experience what it is to fight for what you got. And
exactly.
And that's a big thing. That's a big thing. So,
Yeah, it is. It is because you see the things in a definitely totally different perspective. When I moved here to LA, I had no idea. I have my French passport, I have my Canadian passport, I have my Mexican passport, but I knew it was going to be hard because over here I needed a work permit, I needed my green card, I had no idea that I needed an agent because in Mexico we don't need agents, we don't have agents or managers. We have PR, and that's it. But we don't have anything else because they don't use it like that. It's not used like that. So when I got here, I was like, "This is gonna be insane." And I actually looked everywhere for the correct lawyer, and I had all my documents and everything sent, and it was just. It was just a struggle to get all the paperwork done, but I needed to do it, and it had to be done. So I did it. In 3 months, I got my work permit with no sponsor, which was insane. But that was thanks to all the work that I've done previously in Mexico, and I got my green card 8 months after I got here, which is a huge thing. I talked to some actors here, some of my friends, and they've been here for 5-6 years, and they still can't get, the green card, and it's definitely a struggle. And I was so lucky, and everything was just, the cards were on the table, and everything just was ready for me to be here, and it was meant for me to be here. And with all the work that I've done, I was so lucky. When I got the green card, I was exploding in happiness. That's another great accomplishment for me in my life, like the Beatles album and the Paul McCartney letter. That's a big deal because I am legal to work here and I am doing it in the correct way, and it's amazing. We can do the things the correct way.
No, that's what you're doing, and honestly, I don't know. You got all these passports. You're like James Bond. I don't know you got all this stuff going on. But what we're gonna do, Stephanie, we're gonna take a quick break because you and I, we can keep talking and talking and talking. But we're gonna take a quick break. But what I want you to do, because we're gonna be playing one of your songs, I want you to introduce the song as we go into break. So now, introduce the song to the listeners.
Perfect, yeah. And it's actually very funny because I didn't know that we were going to talk about all this, and the song that I picked, it's called Back to Me, which is a song that I wrote for my first album, and that album has 12 songs, and it has 3 songs in English, and this one is one of them. And I made a Spanish version too, and you have to listen to lyrics. It's beautiful, and I wrote it because sometimes you lose your way because, things happen. People come and go in your life, friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, family, and you start to lose your way. So this is a way to tell everyone that you have to always come back to yourself and remind you of who you are and not letting anything get in your way of what you want and what you believe. So I wrote this song that's called Back to Me.
Okay, now here goes Stephanie Gerard with Back to Me, and we're going to be back to you right after you hear the song.
Many times confusion blinded my whole life. Many times I lost myself looking for love. Many times I get myself in heart and soul. And pain and sorrow were leftovers in my life. Once and again I fell over the same mistake. A fake illusion pulled myself away from me. I tried to find in someone else, but now I know the answer is inside of me. And now I'm finally back to me, being how I should be. I left behind the things that covered my life. I'm finally back to me. The beginning till the end of my days. Now I know what I need is inside of me. Now I'm back to Many times I wanted more and more non-stop. I thought the dreams were only dreams and nothing more. I never cared about me, I was so naive. And now I've learned to put myself in the first place. Many times confusion blinded my own eyes. Many times I lost myself looking for love. Many times I gave myself in heart and soul. And pain and sorrow were left over, see, in my life. Back to me, being how I should be. I left behind the things that covered my life. I'm finally back to me. The beginning till the end of my days. Now I know what I need is inside of me. Now I'm back to me.
All right, welcome back to the UCW radio show, and of course you were listening to the song by Stephanie Gerard. I can't say it with the French accent, but the song was back to me. You got to make sure you check it out, and go look on iTunes and go download that bad boy because it's a great song. And we're here with Stephanie Gerard again. Not saying it in French. I'll let her do that. So Stephanie, you know you're a recording artist, you're an actress, you're a musician, you're doing all this stuff, and you're riding horses, you're speaking languages, you're doing backflips, you're doing aerial stuff, you're looking to be in the circus. What are you not trying to do?
I'm trying to be the best actress I can do. I think that's what I am trying to do. Acting is amazing. But the more prepared you are, the more chance of opportunity you get. So if I come to an audition and they want someone that can, I don't know, that's really good with dogs, but also can, ride a bike and ride a horse and then speak German, it's going to be probably hard that they find someone, but I am definitely that person. So, it's the best way to.
That would be one hell of a movie.
A lot of,
You got a bike riding, dog loving, German speaking, but not German movie.
Yeah, it's like when we did The Chemist, for example. I auditioned for the role of Gabriella, which is one of the leads with Nina Bergman and Olivia Gruner and Steve Dale. The cast is just amazing. Sasha Mitchell and Marty Cove and Patrick Kilpatrick. So when I auditioned, I was waiting outside, and I heard that there weren't going to be any stuntmen doing all the action things, and I was reading the scene, and I was like,
that's an Art Camacho special.
Yeah, I think they need someone that's a martial artist, and that's one of the things that I did not know how to do. I danced ballet for 15 years. I danced hip hop, jazz, but I definitely wasn't a martial artist. And I went and auditioned, and honestly, I did a pretty good job. It was the last scene, which I can't tell what it is because it's one of the turn points in the story. But I went in, I read, and 3 days later, I get a call back, and I do it again, and then Art Camacho calls me, and he's like, okay, so here's the thing. I know that you're not a martial artist, but I know that you're a dancer. So martial arts, for films are like a choreography. And the thing is that I can teach you how to fight in a week for the movie, but I cannot teach a martial artist how to act in a week. So I think you're, the best fit for the role. You're my Gabriella. The first day I saw you, I was like, this is my Gabriella. And now you're gonna get your ass kicked, and you're gonna be training like crazy. Are you ready to be bruised and just swollen and hurt? And I was like, I am ready for this. Bring it on.
Bring it on. So, there you go. That's what he wants to hear.
Yeah, it was. And then I got the fortune of getting trained by Art, who I admire so much, and he was just like, you know what, I'm going to train you. And we trained for a week, literally, Monday to Sunday, from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m., every single day with 1 hour break. I couldn't move. I could not move. The second day that I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I got hit by a truck or something. And I went and I kept on training and training and training. It was a very hard training for a week, and I was so thankful that he got me, that he was training me. And then I got all the call times for the movie were nighttime, except for the last 2 days. It was 20 days of continuous shoots all night. And I was training in the morning from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. Then I came home, I showered, and I got ready for my call time at 6 or 7 p.m. and then worked all night till 7 a.m. So it was definitely an amazing experience. And I remember it was very funny because they were like, Stephanie, why are you so happy all the time? Aren't you tired? Like, everyone, look at us. Like, we're like this. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm learning all these things. I'm working with amazing people. I am the happiest person alive right now. And I just enjoyed every single thing. I working with Nina, one of the hardest scenes I think we've ever, done. It's Nina and I, we have a fight, and we shot that fight for 12 continuous hours.
That fight was 12 hours?
12 hours.
Holy crap.
Shot
and Nina's tough.
She is tough, definitely tough. Yeah. And the most beautiful part is that she is also dedicated in her career and what she does, and that was beautiful because we did not give up. I'm pretty sure if it was another actor or actress, they would have been like, I'm so tired, I don't want to do this. But she was in the same page as I was, and we were like, you ready? Yeah. And then we were checking on each other because obviously, we'd never hurt each other, but sometimes when you block and stuff like that, we were a little bruised, and you were like, "Are you okay? Yeah, are you okay? Okay, perfect." And we hugged, and we're like, "Okay, again." And they shot from every single angle. We had so many protections of her face, my face, the punches, everything, and we did everything full speed. It was amazing, and I remember Nina and I, we were like, tomorrow we're not going to be able to move, and we're like, this is awesome, and she had the same amazing positive attitude as mine, and that made things easier because, it didn't matter if, someone else was complaining or someone else was sleeping or things weren't working out and at a point, because we were on point, we were perfect, and we were so happy to be there. So for that, I am thankful, for the amazing cast and crew that I met in The Chemist. Tom Renner, he's an amazing producer, and I, working with him and everything, and he was also giving me some tips of this and that actually made me want to, go a little deeper into the martial arts. So I actually train once in a while, once a week, just to, keep it up.
Well, good for you. But did you notice they didn't invite me to be in the movie? Those bastards.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, I'm glad that you brought that up because a lot of people, you watch a movie, you see the end result, but the work that goes into it, because that fight scene that you had with Nina, I mean, I saw it, and I think it was all of about maybe a minute or so that was on film. So it took 12 hours of fight, of filming a fight scene from all different angles just to create that minute or two for the movie. So that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
Definitely, yes.
It's a serious business. But you know something? Nina's a sweetheart, but she knows how to take a punch to the face. Not that I'm saying that, but she used to be a boxer. That's why I'm saying that. I didn't say she.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't say she's going out in the street beating people up. But she knows she's
a sweetheart.
She can take a punch.
She's
I know that.
She's a vegan like me. We defend animal rights, and we got along so well since day one. And I know I was so scared when I met Olivia and Nina and everyone. I knew that they were like professional boxers and martial artists and kickboxing and this and that. I was like, I am gonna get my ass kicked in this movie. I was scared, but everyone made it so amazing, and I felt so just comfortable with all of them. They made the environment so perfect to work in. So that's a great thing that as an actress that you can ask for and that you can get in return.
Well, Olivier's a true professional. He's been in so many movies, and I think this was the second movie he made, or second or third movie he made with Art Camacho. So you got lucky working with him because by default he's calm. He's not. He doesn't. He's just a calm guy. I mean, I know him for a long time. He's a calm guy, and he knows how to make someone feel comfortable, and that's what he did with you.
Definitely, yes. I love them all. It was an amazing experience, and I can wait. I can't really wait to see the movie finished. I'm so excited because I know that there's a lot of work behind that movie and a lot of amazing people, and we made it happen, all together. So it's definitely one of the greatest experiences that I've had.
Well, it's just one of the greatest experiences that you've had to date. But you have a lot more stuff, that you need to experience as you move forward. But it's good that you were casted in The Chemist because you were able to work with people that I personally know that are just good people to work with, because not only are they martial artists, but they all came together for this movie, and they had an emotional attachment to it to make sure that it came out good. So that's why you being involved in that, you just got involved in a project that, that you put your emotion into it as well. So you kind of joined the party.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and like that, I've been doing some independent films here since I got here to LA, and I've done everything. I played Mary, the mother of Jesus, in a film called Desire of Ages. I played an A-list actress from Hollywood in a film called In the Cut. It's a Biblical Films Productions, and it's so much fun because I played this diva, which is definitely not my attitude, but playing a bitchy character is actually hard. I was like, oh my god, I'm so mean. And I played that, and also I did this movie for Cine Latino and Mundo Fox. It's called Pecado Mortal. That one is in Spanish, and it's great because it's a national film. It airs nationally here and also in Mexico and I believe some parts of Latin America. Pecado Mortal.
It's international. It's an international film. We like that.
It is international. Yeah, I believe it airs internationally because I know that actually this coming Friday it's gonna be aired again because it's constantly aired in Cine Latino, and Pecado Mortal is really, really, really good movie too. And I just wrapped another TV show for Telemundo, and I'm just definitely getting out there and trying to give my best to every single movie, song, everything, class, people. I give the best that I can because I expect that in return, to be honest and to be happy and to be to live the best way I can.
And then soon enough they'll bring you on Sábado Gigante. They'll bring you on there. I'm just stretching as I'm saying that. So, but yeah, when you get on that show, you made it.
Oh no, it's actually well, yeah, over here I don't know, but I believe that when Ellen DeGeneres has me on her show, then I probably know that I made it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, for sure. No, that was a joke, but yeah, but you have a bright future, and I say this not because of just your acting and musical skills, but because of your attitude. You have the right attitude for this. You have the right attitude because you're not afraid to fail.
Definitely not. I've failed many times, and I'm pretty sure I'll fail again, but it's part of the learning. And besides, you know what? I can always do a Latina accent if they want me to.
There you
go.
So
even if they don't want to ask me, I can talk like this, and then I'll make them laugh.
There you go. See, you're versatile. There's so many different things you can do, and that's a big plus. And that's why again in Hollywood, you have some people that are just they pigeonhole themselves into a corner, but they don't expand on their craft. Okay, you've already made all the groundwork throughout your life, and you're still doing it so that when you go and someone books you for a part, casts you in a part for a film, that you can do that. But if they have another part that someone is doing XYZ and you know about that, you can actually help the director in helping that person if they have a problem. And that's
absolutely
that is a benefit for any director.
Yeah, totally true. Yeah, and like you say, it's this is really amazing. I really wanna thank you for this time because this is a great way to show people. Sometimes people think that you are like, oh, this overnight success, right? Because then they see you in one big movie and they're like, oh, who is this? Oh, well, that's an overnight success, and you're like, yeah. I don't think so. Like listening to the story of the struggles and the paths are always inspirational. Like I read, Brad Pitt and Sylvester Stallone, and if you read all the stories and they're inspiring, because they started where most of us are and on our way up. So this is amazing. To have this time to just show everyone that's listening a little bit of me and go a little deeper than the, oh yeah, I do this and that. It's not that I'm just not informing what I'm doing, but actually going deeper and opening about my life and my career and everything. So this is amazing. I'm having so much fun. I could talk to you for hours.
I know you can. And the thing is that this is why I do my show, because I'm able to tell the stories that nobody wants to tell, because they don't want to tell the story until much later on. I want to tell the story now, because you as you're going through the struggle and let's say something you hit something major and you become an A-lister or something. That's great. That's then. Okay, as people see that, all they're going to see, as you said, they're going to see the end result. I want them to know about the journey. I want them to know about how you got there and the struggle and everything else, and basically that if you did it, they can do it. Okay, because that's what inspires people, Stephanie, and that's why I wanted to have you on the show, because I knew your story would inspire someone, and then also it would allow me to tell a joke with the fighting in your house, because I find that hilarious. Because I'm serious. I'm picturing it now. Your mother, she's probably busting out the slipper, and your father, and this. Oh my God, it's too much.
Oh, it's so funny. No, and actually, you know what? I am an only child, and my
that makes the story even more interesting. There's no interference from anyone else. Oh,
yeah, just the three of us.
Oh my God.
No, but I was thankfully raised in of course, every family has, their things, and mine definitely does. We're three crazy people, and but luckily we are three crazy loving people. So that's amazing, that the love never goes away, or the trust, or my family comes first. That thing never goes away, and that is definitely something that I am so thankful to have, because that's the base of who I am and what I became and what I am becoming and what I am working on, and everything that I believe in. It's based on how they raised me, and how they showed me that I have to work and just go and get all my dreams happening for me, but at the same time showing me that money is not the answer to everything. Love is the thing that you can always have, because that's the thing that's gonna make you a better person, because that's gonna make you a compassionate person. That's gonna make you a better human being and respect every single other life, meaning everything, animals or humans, and that's the thing that I got from growing up with loving parents.
Well, you know what? I think, not that I think I know that by your parents being that way, it helped to mold you to who you are, and that's a good thing. So, glasses up to your parents for actually doing what a parent should do, and raising their child not to be them, to be better than them, but also keep that human side of you. Don't chase the money, chase the dream, work hard for the dream. Don't let anybody give it to you. Take it. Make it happen.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you're going to inspire some other people to do the same thing, because you're the type, when you see, you're going to open up and you're going to create opportunities for other people. And I know that you're going to do that, because you have that attitude. That's like me. You make something happen. You want to open the door for other people. Give them a chance, and that's what you're going to do. And I know you're going to do that. I know it.
Definitely. My mom always says, you can. The world is hard outside. So the least thing I can do is be always here for you. So if someone closes the door on your face, or if someone steps on you, if you fall, you can always come back to my arms, and I'll be here to I can't protect you. I can't save you from that, but I am here to support you and to give you the strength and the courage to keep on going. And that's definitely something that she's done, and that's why she plays such an important role in my life, because she's definitely taught me how to not let myself fall or be depressed. I don't believe in depression. I don't believe that you can just go into this state of I don't want to live anymore. We're all gonna die anyway. Why, rush?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen at some point. But
exactly.
But life is a gift, and you have to open it every day and take advantage of it. And I know how much your mother loves you, because I thought she was gonna take me out. I thought she was gonna go literally take me out because I didn't do something. I thought she scared me. I was like, oh my God, look at it.
Oh no, you'll meet her, and she's the most loving being ever. I've never seen someone with that much love to share, not only to me, but I have to tell you, I mean, she's definitely a hot mom, but also my friends. I mean, my friends go crazy with her. It's like, oh my God, is your mom here? Is she coming? Can she hang out with us? And I'm like, yeah, I thought I was your friend. Yeah, but we love your mom. And I'm like, okay.
Nice.
Because she's just like, she knows how to party, and she knows, she gives the best advice, and she never judges. She's just a perfect human being. I mean, I am definitely, I admire her so much. She's my inspiration, and just to be able to share her with some other, of my friends, it's just wonderful that it's not only me saying, oh, I have the world's greatest mom. It's not that, but it's actually that, the friends that are around me look at her and they're like, she is the best. And I'm like, what about your mom? Well, she can be the second one, but your mom is the best.
Nice. Well, that's good. When your mother, when she hears this show, make sure you give her a paper towel, because she will shed a tear, I'm sure, by just hearing those words out of your mouth. But it's good to have that support system, because you need that in order to be successful in anything that you do. Now you and I can speak for hours. I know this. But now we're coming towards the end of the show. So before we run out of time, I want you to give your information. I want people to be able to follow your career. Give your website, give your social media information, so they know how to follow you.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you. My website is always updated, which is very cool, and you can also listen to all my music there. And it's StephanieGerard.com. StephanieGerard.com, and my YouTube channel. That's YouTube.com/StephanieGerardSG. That's my two initials. Okay. And because apparently my name is popular, and it's hard to find the Stephanie Gerard. And then Facebook, of course. You can find me as Stephanie Gerard SG, and the artist is sg.StephanieGerard. I'm in Instagram too at Stephanie Gerard. I'm in Twitter. That's the only one that's it's for the last name. It's Gerard Stephanie. I have my Periscope account too. That's at Stephanie Gerard. Pretty much wherever you type Stephanie Gerard, I'm pretty sure I'll have the social media Vine, Stephanie Gerard too. And I'm always posting things about my work and the upcoming projects and the premieres and things that I'm doing at the moment, and those are the things that I try to always keep up, because social media is so important. It's the only way that you have everyone connected in one thing. So it's awesome.
And you can cheer everybody up when you do your Periscope. Make everybody happy. Make everybody smile. I like it. Stephanie,
yes.
I want to thank you for coming on the show and taking the time to share the story of your journey with us and for our listeners. But what we're going to wind up doing, we're going to bring you back on as your career progresses, because chances are you're going to come on this show a bunch more times as the years go on. So we want to have you on. We want to chronicle the rise to your ultimate ultimate success. And I'm looking forward to being there and saying, hey, you know what? She doesn't talk to me anymore, but I knew her.
Never. I would never stop talking to you. Are you kidding me? No, this is about, making long-lasting friendships, and that's the beauty about, getting to know people. And I want to thank you for this time. You are absolutely amazing, and I am so happy that I met you, and thank you for this space to talk about myself and my career. And I am so happy that we did this, and I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're such an amazing human being and a wonderful person, and I admire you, and I thank you for this time. And I will definitely be back in your show whenever you want me. I'm here. This is beautiful. I love talking to you, and we definitely have to, make a Periscope happen.
Oh, it's happening. That's happening. And I wanna thank you for the kind words. You had me blushing a little bit. I thank you for that. But again, at the end of the day, you are going to inspire so many people with this, with just the story of your journey, and I love it. So yeah, when you do come to New York, we are going to be doing the Periscope. So you guys that are listening to the show, watch out for the Periscope because it's happening. Because Stephanie's coming to town. She's coming to town. But Stephanie, thank you again, and tell your mother I say hello, and no more problems between me and her.
No.
All right.
Never.
Thank you so much. And for our listeners, make sure you join us. We have some more great guests coming on the show. And make sure you go to ucwmagazine.com. You can check out Stephanie Gerard's profile, her pictures, watch some videos, and see all our other guests there. We have some amazing people that come on the show, and I thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back with you next time.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
What is your major malfunction? So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.